You woke up on a Christmas morning in someone else's body, in a different country, living a completely different life. What if that person was your sister that you never knew existed? This Christmas, two sisters separated by continents and lies finally found each other. But first, they'll have to walk in each other's shoes. Literally. Stay to see how they eventually did. Christmas morning in Lagos arrived with the kind of heat that made everything shimmer. 16-year-old Chisom bolted upright in bed, gasping. Something was wrong. Terribly, impossibly wrong. The room around her was cold. Freezing, actually. And white. Everything was white and gray and minimalist. Where were her posters? Her colorful Ankara fabric draped over the chair? The sound of her mother's gospel music blasting from the kitchen? Chisom looked down at her hands. They were pale, delicate, with perfectly manicured nails painted a soft pink. What the? The voice that came out of her mouth wasn't hers. It was higher, accented, speaking words she understood but had never spoken. She stumbled to the mirror across the unfamiliar room, her legs feeling all wrong, too long, moving differently. The face staring back at her made her scream. A Korean girl. Straight black hair. Almond-shaped eyes wide with terror. This wasn't her. This wasn't Chisom Okafor from Ikeja, Lagos. Ji-Woo. A sharp voice called from somewhere in the apartment. The words were in Korean, but somehow Chisom understood them perfectly. Why are you screaming? We have church in 1 hour. Your father expects perfection today. Chisom's heart hammered.
Ji-Woo? Who was Ji-Woo?
Across the world, in a modest but lively compound in Lagos, a girl who looked exactly like Chisom Okafor was having an identical crisis. Ji-Woo, though she was currently wearing Chisom's face and body, stared at her dark brown skin, her fuller figure, the room exploding with color and life. Afrobeats music pounded from somewhere nearby, and the smell of frying plantains filled the air. Chisom, Chi-Chi. A woman's voice sang out, warm and loud. Come and taste this jollof. Your aunties are arriving soon. Why are you just sitting there like a statue? Ji-Woo's mind raced. She had gone to sleep in Seoul, in her quiet, climate-controlled bedroom. Wait, did you catch that? Chisom just woke up in Ji-Woo's body, and Ji-Woo woke up in Chisom's body. But here's what you don't know yet. They're not random strangers. There's a massive secret connecting them that will blow your mind. If you want to find out what happens next, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss the twist that changes everything. Hit that subscribe button right now, and drop a Christmas tree in the comments if you're watching after Christmas Day. Also, we are trying to reach 100 watch hours today, so please watch until the very end. Trust me, the ending will leave you speechless. Now, back to the story. After another tense dinner with her parents where every word felt like a test. Now she was where? Africa? The heat was overwhelming, sweat already beading on her forehead. She touched her hair. Thick, natural coils instead of her straight, carefully maintained locks. Her body felt different, moved different, was different. I'm losing my mind, she whispered in Korean, but the words came out in English with a Nigerian accent. Her phone, Chisom's phone, buzzed. A video call from an unknown international number. Ji-Woo's hands trembled as she answered. The face on the screen was her own. Her actual face. Wearing her pajamas. In her bedroom in Seoul. Oh my God, both girls said simultaneously. Who are you? Ji-Woo demanded. Why do you look like me? Why am I? I'm Chisom. From Lagos. And I'm in your body, apparently. The girl on the screen looked around frantically. There's a woman outside this door calling me Ji-Woo, and I don't know what's happening. They stared at each other for 3 solid seconds. This is impossible, Ji-Woo breathed. Impossible things are happening right now. Chisom shrieked from Seoul. I'm Korean. I'm in Korea. I've never been to Korea. I don't even know how to use chopsticks properly. Chi-Chi. The voice was closer now. Are you on the phone? We have guests coming. Ji-Woo panicked. Someone's coming. I have to go.
Wait.
Don't hang up. We need to figure this out. Tonight, Ji-Woo said quickly. Call me at midnight your time. That's 4 p.m. my time. Lagos time. Whatever. Just don't tell anyone. Something tells me if we tell people, this gets worse. How do you know that? I don't know. I just feel it. Don't you? Chisom paused. She did feel it, like a warning pulsing in her bones. Okay. Midnight. Don't mess up my life. Don't mess up mine. They hung up just as their respective doors opened. The next 4 hours were the longest of Chisom's life. Ji-Woo's mother was terrifying. Elegant, cold, with eyes that noticed everything. She circled Chisom like a hawk as she dressed in an uncomfortable formal hanbok. Your posture is terrible today, Ji-Woo. And why are you smiling so much? This is church, not a party. Sorry, mother. The words came out automatically, and Chisom realized with horror that she could access some of Ji-Woo's memories. Not all of them, but flashes. Enough to know that this woman expected perfection and punished anything less. At breakfast, Ji-Woo's father barely looked up from his newspaper. When he did, his eyes were cold, calculating. Your piano recital is in 3 days, he said in Korean. I trust you've been practicing. Piano recital? Chisom couldn't play piano. She could play drums for church, but piano? Yes, father. Good. The chairman of my company will be there with his son. Make a good impression. Chisom's stomach dropped. What kind of impression? As she picked at her breakfast, some kind of soup and rice that her body knew how to eat, but her mind found strange. She noticed something. A small scar on Ji-Woo's wrist. And below it, hidden by her sleeve, tiny marks. Self-harm scars, old and faded. This girl was suffering. This perfect Korean daughter that everyone admired was breaking inside. Meanwhile, Ji-Woo was drowning in a completely different way. Chisom's family was enormous, loud, and constantly touching. Aunties pinched her cheeks, uncles clapped her back, cousins dragged her into the kitchen to gossip. Everyone talked over each other, laughed at maximum volume, and seemed to have no concept of personal space. Chi-Chi, come and help with the jollof. Chi-Chi, your ex-boyfriend just arrived with his new girl. Chi-Chi, why are you acting so strange? Did you join cult? Ji-Woo felt like she was drowning in noise and heat and color. In Seoul, Christmas was quiet, controlled, elegant. This was chaos. Beautiful, terrifying chaos. Chisom's mother pulled her aside, her face warm with concern. My daughter, you're quiet today. Not like you. What's wrong? The genuine care in her voice made Ji-Woo's throat tight. When was the last time her own mother had asked her what was wrong without it being an accusation? I'm fine, Mama, she said, using Chisom's memories to guide her words. You never call me Mama unless something is bothering you. But, okay, I'll let you keep your secrets for now. She kissed Ji-Woo's forehead. Just know I'm here when you're ready to talk. Ji-Woo fought back tears. This warmth, this unconditional love. Chisom had this every day and probably didn't even realize how precious it was. And then she met him. Chisom's ex-boyfriend, Tund. Chisom. Merry Christmas. He pulled her into a hug that made Ji-Woo freeze. In Seoul, boys didn't just hug you like this. I know things ended badly, but I wanted to give you this. He handed her a wrapped gift. I still care about you. Maybe we could talk. I know I messed up, but I've changed. Ji-Woo had no idea what to say. She could feel Chisom's memories flooding in. This boy had cheated on her 3 months ago with her former best friend. The betrayal was still raw, still painful. I need time, she managed, her voice shaking. Take all the time you need. I'm not going anywhere. His smile was genuine, regretful. I really am sorry. What I did was unforgivable, but I'm trying to be better. As he walked away, Chisom's younger brother, Chitty, appeared at her elbow. He was 13, all gangly limbs and suspicious eyes. Since when do you go soft on that guy? You told me last week you'd pour pepper soup on him if you saw him. Ji-Woo's eyes widened. I did. Chitty stared at her. Sister, are you okay? You're acting really weird. Like really weird. You're all quiet and polite. It's creeping me out. I'm just tired. Tired? You? The girl who stays up until 3 a.m. watching K-dramas and still wakes up dancing. He narrowed his eyes. Did something happen? Did someone hurt you? The protectiveness in his voice surprised Ji-Woo. In her world, her older brother barely spoke to her except to complain about her piano practice being too loud.
No, Chitty.
I promise. I'm just thinking about things differently today. Okay, but if that ton boy bothers you, just say the word. Me, and the cousins will handle it. He flexed his skinny arms comically, making Ji-Woo laugh despite herself. Back in Seoul, Chisom was facing her own crisis. At church, Ji-Woo's mother introduced her to a tall, handsome boy around her age. His designer suit probably cost more than Chisom's entire wardrobe back home. This is Min-jun, the chairman's son I mentioned. His family is very important. Be charming. Min-jun bowed politely, his face carefully neutral. It's nice to see you again, Ju. Again? They'd met before? Chisom bowed back, trying to mimic his elegance, but probably looking ridiculous.
Yes.
Nice to see you too. She smiled too enthusiastically, and Ji-Woo's mother's eyes narrowed dangerously. After church, Min-jun pulled Chisom aside into a quiet corner of the church courtyard. Snow was falling gently, and Seoul looked like a winter postcard. Are you okay? You're acting different, he said quietly, studying her face. Different how? I don't know. You're smiling more. Actually smiling, not that fake smile you usually give me. And you looked me in the eyes during the service. Usually you stare at the floor when I'm around. Because you're part of her parents' plan, Chisom realized, accessing more of Ji-Woo's memories. This wasn't a coincidence. This was an arranged relationship. Ji-Woo's parents and Min-jun's parents had decided years ago that their children would date, marry, merge their family businesses. Can I ask you something? Chisom said, deciding honesty might be the best policy. Do you want to be here? Talking to me. Min-jun looked surprised, then laughed, a real, genuine laugh that transformed his serious face. You've never asked me what I want before. In 2 years of these arranged meetings, you've never once asked what I think or feel. Well, I'm asking now. He smiled, and it was sad. Honestly, I'd rather be at the PC Bang playing League of Legends with my friends. My parents force me here. They force me everywhere. But he paused, tilting his head. You seem different today. More real. Like there's actually a person behind that perfect daughter mask. Chisom laughed, loud and bright and completely un-Korean in its exuberance. Several church ladies turned to stare. Want to know a secret? I have no idea how to play piano, and apparently I have a recital in 3 days. Min-jun's eyes went wide. Ji-Woo, you've been playing piano since you were 4. You won nationals last year. You practice 4 hours every day. Your mother says music is your life. Yeah, well, today I can't even remember which keys are which. He studied her face for a long moment, his expression softening. Something's different about you. Really different. But I like it. You're warm.
Real.
Human. As opposed to a robot programmed to be perfect. He said it without cruelty, just honest observation. That's what we are, you know. Both of us. Perfect robots for our parents to display. As they talked, Chisom felt her phone buzz in her pocket. A text from an unknown number. Check Ji-Woo's desk drawer. Bottom left.
The truth is waiting.
You have 7 hours left. I have to go, she said abruptly.
Minyon ko hent. Hey.
Whatever's going on with you today, I like this version better. I hope she sticks around. Chisom rushed back to Ji-Woo's apartment, her mind reeling. The countdown had started. 7 hours left. At midnight Seoul time, 4 p.m. Lagos time, both girls were back on video call, exhausted and overwhelmed. Your mother is terrifying, Chisom said immediately, her voice shaking. Your family is so loud, Ji-Woo countered, but there was a smile in her voice. But they're also really loving. Like your mom asked me 3 times if I was okay. My mom hasn't asked me that in years. Your life looks perfect from the outside, but you're miserable, Chisom said softly. I saw the scars, Ji-Woo. On your wrist. Ji-Woo's face crumbled. I haven't done that in 6 months. I've been trying. But sometimes the pressure is too much, and I don't know how else to feel something real. And your life. Ji-Woo continued, wiping her eyes. It's chaotic and loud and hot and overwhelming, but everyone loves you. Really loves you. Not because you're perfect, but because you're you. Did you survive my ex? Chisom asked. Barely. Your brother threatened to fight him for me. It was sweet. What about Minjun? He's actually nice? Like, genuinely nice. He hates the arranged relationship thing as much as you do. He plays video games and wants to be normal. They smiled at each other, a moment of understanding passing between them. I got a weird text, Chisom said, her tone shifting. It told me to check your desk drawer. Bottom left. Ji-Woo's face went pale. Don't. There's nothing there. Nothing important. There is, isn't there? I can feel it. The same way I could feel we shouldn't tell anyone about the swap. Silence stretched between them. Fine. Ji-Woo whispered, her voice barely audible. Look. But I didn't know about any of this until 6 months ago. I swear. Chisom pulled open the drawer with trembling hands. Inside was a journal, a collection of pills, antidepressants, she realized, and at the bottom, hidden beneath everything else, a photograph. The photograph showed a man, African, tall, handsome, standing between two women. One Korean, elegant in a traditional dress. One Nigerian, vibrant in colorful ankara. He had his arms around both of them, smiling like he didn't have a care in the world. The Korean woman was clearly pregnant, her hand resting on her belly. The Nigerian woman was holding a baby wrapped in bright fabric. Oh my God, Chisom breathed, her hands shaking so badly the photo almost fell. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. That's my father, Ji-Woo said quietly, tears streaming down her face, Chisom's face. With my mother when she was pregnant with me. And I don't know who the other woman is, but that's my mother. Chisom's voice shook with fury and disbelief. That's my mother holding me as a baby. I'm maybe 3 months old in this picture. The truth crashed over them like a tsunami. We're sisters, they said together, their voices breaking on the word. Chisom flipped the photo over with numb fingers. On the back, in faded ink, 2 notations. Thomas Park with Ji-Woo's Alma, Seoul, November 2008, and Thomas Okafor with Chisom, Lagos, March 2009. He has 2 names, Ji-Woo realized, her voice hollow. 2 families. 2 complete lives. 2 wives who don't know about each other. For 17 years, Chisom added, her mind reeling. He's been lying to everyone for 17 years. Flying between Seoul and Lagos, being 2 different people. Stop. Did you see that photograph? Their father has been living a double life for 17 years. 2 families. 2 countries. 2 daughters who never knew about each other. But wait, the story gets even crazier. If you're enjoying this plot twist, smash that like button right now. Seriously, it helps more than you know, and it tells me you want more stories like this. Here's a question for you. If you were Chisom or Ji-Woo, would you expose your father publicly, or would you handle it privately? Comment below. Expose or forgive. I'm reading every single comment. And if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? We're only halfway through this story, and the biggest twist is still coming. The grandmother's magic, the body swap, the father's lies, it all connects to something nobody saw coming. Quick challenge. Can you share this video with at least 1 person right now? Send it to someone who loves Christmas movies, family dramas, or body swap stories. Tag them in the comments if you want. Okay, you ready for what happens next? Because the 3rd sister is about to reveal herself. They stared at each other through the screen, sisters wearing each other's faces, living each other's lies. There's more, Ji-Woo said, her voice trembling. Check the journal. The one with the purple cover. Chisom opened it with shaking hands. The handwriting was old, elegant but shaky, and the language switched between Korean, Igbo, and English, sometimes mid-sentence. As she read, Ji-Woo translated the Korean parts, her voice mechanical with shock. My beloved granddaughters, Chisom read aloud, her voice breaking. If you're reading this, then the magic has worked, and you've finally found each other. I am grandmother Park Chioma. Yes, I had two names too, just like my son. Your grandfather was Thomas Park Sr., and I was born Chioma Adebayo before I married him. Wait, Ji-Woo interrupted, her eyes wide. Park Chioma? My grandmother's name was Park Sumin. That's what my mother always told me. Keep reading, Chisom urged, her heart pounding. Sumin was my Korean name, the one I used in Seoul. But Chioma was my real name, my soul name. I was born in Lagos to a Korean father and Nigerian mother, mixed, like you both will be in your own ways. I understood the pain of living between worlds, belonging fully to neither. When my son Thomas repeated my parents' story, choosing both countries, both women, loving both but committing to neither, I knew it would end in tragedy. The journal went on to describe how grandmother Park Chioma had watched her son build two separate lives, had seen the pain it caused both families, had known the secret would eventually destroy them all. So I created a failsafe. Chisom continued reading, her voice shaking. A Christmas magic, passed down from my mother, who learned it from her grandmother in Lagos. Old magic. Honest magic. Magic that forces truth. The ritual was complex, a spell that would only activate when both sisters turned 16, on Christmas Day, forcing them to walk in each other's shoes for exactly 24 hours. To understand each other. To see through each other's eyes. There's a condition. Chisom's voice dropped to a whisper. At midnight Lagos time on Christmas Day, you must both make a choice together. Your hearts aligned, your intentions pure. Choice 1. Forgive your father and unite as sisters, sharing everything equally. Inheritance, family, truth. Choose love and healing. She paused, her throat tight. Or choice 2. Expose him and watch both families destroy each other in rage and betrayal. Choose justice and pain. But know this, there is no neutral ground. If you make no choice, or if you disagree, the swap becomes permanent. You will live each other's lives forever, a fitting punishment for indecision. The final line made both girls gasp. Choose wisely. Choose with love. And know that I'm watching over you both, along with your other sister. Yes, there are 3 of you. Find her before midnight. You'll need each other. It was signed, Grandmother Park Chioma Adebayo, December 2015. She died 10 years ago, Ji-Woo said quietly, her voice hollow. I was 6. I barely remember her, but my mother hated her. Said she was too African, too loud, too improper. She refused to let me learn anything about my grandmother's Nigerian heritage. Wait, Chisom said, her mind spinning in circles. If we have until midnight to make the choice, and it's already past midnight here in Seoul. Midnight Lagos time, Ji-Woo corrected, checking her watch. The spell originated with your mother's family, in Nigeria. Old Yoruba magic mixed with Korean shamanism. It runs on Lagos time. We have, she checked her watch again, 6 more hours. And if we don't choose? The journal says the swap becomes permanent. You stay Ji-Woo forever. I stay Chisom forever. Chisom felt sick. I can't stay in Korea forever. I don't know how to be you. I don't know Korean culture. I can't play piano. Your mother hates me already. And I can't stay in Lagos. Ji-Woo added, panic rising in her voice. I don't understand all the social rules. Everyone thinks I'm strange. I can't cook jollof rice. I don't know how to handle your ex-boyfriend. Both girls stopped, breathing hard. We have to choose, Chisom said firmly, forcing steel into her voice. But first, we need to confront him. Our father. He needs to know we know. Agreed. But there's something else bothering me. Ji-Woo's face was troubled, her eyes distant. Grandmother's journal says granddaughters, plural. And at the end, she mentions your other sister. Not each other. Your other sister. So, if our father had 2 families, 2 daughters born around the same time, wouldn't it be strange that we're both exactly 16? Both born in 2009? Both having our first body swap Christmas on the exact same day. Chisom's blood ran cold. You think there's another one? I think, Ji-Woo said slowly, that if our father is capable of maintaining 2 complete families on opposite sides of the world, he might be capable of 3 or more. As if on cue, orchestrated by fate or magic or something darker, both their phones buzzed simultaneously with a message from the same unknown number that had texted Chisom earlier. "Hello, sisters. It's time we met.
Check your emails.
The whole truth is waiting, and you're running out of time. 5 hours and 43 minutes until midnight. Choose wisely." The email contained a video file labeled "The Truth. Watch together." Both girls opened it at the same time, their faces mirrored on the split screen as they watched. A face appeared on screen, a girl their age, with dark skin a shade lighter than Chisom's, and features that were clearly mixed Korean and African. Her hair was in intricate braids with gold beads woven through them. Her eyes were sharp, intelligent, calculating. She wore a leather jacket over a traditional Korean hanbok top, a deliberate mixing of cultures. Behind her, Big Ben was visible through a window, lit up against the London night.
Chisom.
"Hi, Ji-Woo," the girl said, her accent British with hints of Korean and Nigerian inflections woven through. "My name is Adiz Park, but I also go by Minji Park and sometimes Ada Okafor, depending on which passport I'm using." "Surprise, you have a sister." "Well, a half-sister. Same father, different mother." Again. Both girls felt their hearts stop, their breathing ceased. "I've known about both of you for 3 years," Adiz continued, her voice calm and controlled. "Since I turned 13 and found father's files hidden in his London office. He has 3 families. Seoul, where he's Thomas Park, tech CEO. Lagos, where he's Thomas Okafor, oil company executive. And London, where he's Thomas Williams, investment banker. My mother is Ghanaian British, Amma Williams. She met him in 2008 when he was on business. I was born in January 2009, making me 3 months older than Chisom and 6 months older than Ji-Woo." The video paused, and Adiz's expression hardened, her eyes flashing with barely controlled rage. "I've been watching both of you grow up through social media, through detective work, through hacking when necessary. I'm quite good at hacking, by the way. I've read all your messages, Ji-Woo. I've watched all your TikToks, Chisom. I know about your suicide attempt, Ji-Woo. Yes, those pills in your drawer aren't just for depression. I know about your heartbreak, Chisom, and how you cry yourself to sleep sometimes. I know everything." Both girls felt violated, exposed, terrified. "And I've been planning this day for a year," Adiz continued, her smile cold. "You see, Grandmother Park Chioma? She was my grandmother too. She visited my mother once, when I was 5, shortly before she died. Gave my mother a package, said to give it to me when I turned 13. Inside was her journal, her spell book. Instructions for magic I didn't believe in until I tried it, and it worked." Chisom and Ji-Woo exchanged horrified looks. "You did this?" Chisom whispered to the screen, even though it was a recording. The video continued. "The body swap wasn't random. I triggered it. I've been studying grandmother's magic for 3 years, perfecting it, waiting for the right moment. I needed you both to turn 16. I needed it to be Christmas. I needed the stars to align. Literally, there's an astronomical component you wouldn't understand. And I needed you both to know the truth. I needed you to feel what it's like to walk in someone else's skin, to understand that we're all trapped in Father's web of lies." "But why?" Ji-Woo breathed, tears streaming down Chisom's face. "Because at midnight Lagos time, which is 11 p.m. London time, 1 a.m. Seoul time, for those keeping track, we all have to make a choice. The 3 of us. Together. Our hearts must align. That's the magic's requirement. 3 sisters, 3 hearts, 1 choice." The video cut to footage that made both girls gasp. Split screen showing 3 different locations. A luxury Seoul apartment where their father sat with Ji-Woo's mother, discussing business over dinner. A modest but comfortable Lagos house where their father laughed with Chisom's mother, helping her cook. A posh London townhouse where their father read bedtime stories to younger children, Adiz's siblings, 2 little girls around 8 years old. "He has other children too," Adiz said, her voice breaking slightly for the first time. "My baby sisters, Afia and Akua.
Twins.
They're 8. They think daddy travels for work a lot. They don't know he has 2 other complete families. 2 other daughters their age. 2 other lives. The video showed their father's passport collection, 3 different identities, flawless documentation, years and years of deception. I've made sure that whatever we choose tonight, father finally faces consequences, Adiz said, her voice hardening again. I've compiled all the evidence. Financial records showing how he's been embezzling from all 3 family businesses to fund his triple life. Messages to all 3 mothers, carefully kept separate. Birth certificates. Everything. She leaned closer to the camera. If we choose exposure, I've set up automated emails to send at 12:01 a.m. Lagos time. Every family member, every business partner, every friend. The truth goes viral. His 3 empires crumble. Our mother's hearts break publicly. His children, all of us, including my baby sisters, become tabloid fodder. The man with 3 families will be famous for all the wrong reasons. Chisom felt sick. But if we choose forgiveness, Adiz continued, her voice softening, if we choose sisterhood and love and healing, then we have a chance. I'll delete the evidence. We'll confront father together, privately. We'll demand he tell the truth, seek help, make amends. It won't be easy. Our mothers will still be devastated. But maybe, just maybe, we can rebuild something honest from the ashes of his lies. The video paused on Adiz's face, and for the first time, she looked vulnerable.
Young. Scared.
I know I've manipulated you both. I know I invaded your privacy, controlled your Christmas, forced you into an impossible situation. But I didn't know what else to do. I've been carrying this secret alone for 3 years, and it's been killing me. I needed my sisters. I needed you to understand. I needed us to be in this together. She wiped her eyes, smearing her makeup. There's a group chat invitation at the end of this email. Join it. We need to talk, the 3 of us, before midnight. We have 5 hours to decide our entire family's fate. To choose between love and justice, forgiveness and revenge, privacy and truth. The video ended with a final message. Whatever you choose, I want you to know, I've always wanted sisters. And even though we met this way, even though I've done terrible things to make this happen, I'm glad I finally found you. Adiz. Chisom and Ji-Woo sat in stunned silence, processing everything. Finally, Chisom spoke. She's been alone with this secret for 3 years. Since she was 13. She hacked us, watched us, manipulated us. Ji-Woo's voice was hollow. But she's our sister. We don't even know her. No, Chisom agreed. But we have 5 hours to change that. They joined the group chat.
The choice.
The video call connected 3 girls, 3 continents, one impossible choice. Hi, Adiz said, her voice small. In person, in real time, she looked less intimidating. Just a scared 16-year-old girl with too much knowledge and too much power. You're older than us, Ji-Woo said. It wasn't a question. By a few months, yes. I'm the first mistake father made. Or maybe we're all mistakes. I don't know anymore. How long has he been doing this? Chisom asked. Since before we were born. He met my mother in 2006. Met Ji-Woo's mother in 2007. Met Chisom's mother in 2008. We were all born within 6 months of each other in 2009. He's been juggling 3 families for almost 17 years. That's insane, Ji-Woo breathed. That's father, Adiz said bitterly. Charming, organized, compartmentalized. He's brilliant at it. Each mother thinks he travels for work. Each family gets 1 week a month, sometimes 2. Holidays get rotated. He's never missed a birthday, never forgotten an anniversary. It's actually impressive in a horrifying way. Chisom found herself laughing, a slightly hysterical sound. This is so messed up. Beyond messed up, Ji-Woo agreed. For a moment, all 3 sisters just looked at each other, taking in the similarities and differences. Chisom's warm brown skin and natural hair. Ji-Woo's pale complexion and delicate features. Adiz's middle ground coloring, her mixed features showing both heritages clearly. "We look like sisters," Adiz said softly. "Around the eyes." "We have his chin," Ji-Woo added. "All three of us." "And apparently his talent for deception," Chisom said darkly. "Since Ji-Woo and I have been lying to everyone today, and you've been lying for years." The accusation hung in the air. "I'm sorry," Adiz said, and she sounded like she meant it. "I know I should have told you both differently. But I couldn't figure out how to explain, hey, we're sisters, our dad has 3 families, and also our grandmother was a witch who created a body swap spell." How do you even start that conversation? Maybe without the body swapping? Ji-Woo suggested, but there was a hint of humor in her voice. "In my defense, it made you understand each other faster. Right? Chisom, you've seen how much Ji-Woo suffers behind her perfect mask. Ji-Woo, you've experienced how much love Chisom has in her chaotic life. You both walked in each other's shoes, literally." "It was terrifying," Chisom admitted. "It was enlightening," Ji-Woo countered. "I hate that you forced it on us, but you're not wrong. I understand Chisom now. I understand how different our worlds are. And I understand that perfect doesn't mean happy," Chisom added. "Ji-Woo, I saw those scars. I felt how heavy your life is." Ji-Woo looked away, embarrassed. "We need to talk about the choice," Adiz said, checking her watch. "We have 4 hours. Midnight Lagos time is 11 p.m. for me, 1 a.m. for Ji-Woo. What do we do?" "What do you want to do?"
Chisom asked. "You've been planning this."
"You must have an opinion." Adiz was quiet for a long moment. "Honestly, I've gone back and forth 1,000 times. Part of me wants to burn it all down. Expose him. Make him pay for lying to all of us, to our mothers, for making us all unknowing participants in his deception." "But," Ji-Woo prompted, "but I have baby sisters, Afia and Akua. They're 8. If we expose everything, their whole world crashes. They'll find out their dad is a fraud. They'll be bullied at school. Their mother, my mother, will be publicly humiliated. Is my revenge worth their pain?" "What about our mothers?" Chisom said quietly. "They deserve to know the truth." "They do," Adiz agreed. "But there's a difference between telling them privately and making it a public spectacle. Between giving them the information to make their own choices and forcing their hands by making it viral." "So, you're leaning toward forgiveness?" Ji-Woo asked, surprise in her voice. "I'm leaning toward privacy," Adiz corrected. "Forgiveness is different. I don't know if I can forgive him. I don't know if any of us can or should. But I know I don't want to destroy our families just to punish him." Chisom leaned back, thinking. "My mother always says that revenge is a poison you drink hoping the other person dies. Maybe exposure is like that. It hurts him, but it hurts everyone else more." "But is silence fair?" Ji-Woo challenged. "Don't our mothers deserve the truth? Don't we deserve to exist as sisters openly, not as some shameful secret?" "We can have both," Adiz said slowly. "We tell the truth privately. We confront him together. Make him confess to our mothers. They decide what to do with that information. We don't make it public. We don't destroy lives. We just stop being complicit in the lie." "And what about us?"
Chisom asked.
"Do we just pretend to be strangers after night? Go back to our separate lives?" "No," Ji-Woo said firmly. "No, I want to know you both. I want sisters. Real sisters, not just biology." "Same," Adiz agreed. "That's why I did all this. I was so lonely, knowing you both existed but not being able to reach you." Chisom felt tears prick her eyes. "I always wanted siblings. Chitty's great, but he's younger, and it's not the same. I used to pray for a sister." "Careful what you wish for," Adiz said with a sad smile. "You got 2, plus an international scandal." They laughed, the sound breaking some of the tension. "Okay," Ji-Woo said, her voice taking on the organized tone Chisom was learning was typical of her. "Let's make a plan. We have 4 hours. First, are we agreed? Private truth, not public exposure." "Agreed," Chisom said. "Agreed," Adiz confirmed. "Second, how do we confront father? Do we do it together or separately?" Together, Adiz said immediately. He can't divide and conquer if we're united. Plus, the magic requires us to make the choice together, hearts aligned. I think that means we need to face him together too. But he's in 3 different places, Chisom pointed out. How do we? He's actually in Dubai right now, Adiz interrupted. Business trip. Or so he told all 3 mothers. I hacked his calendar. He's at the Burj Al Arab, room 2847. I already booked 3 tickets on the next flight out of London, Lagos, and Seoul. If we leave in the next hour, we can all be there by 11 p.m. Chisom and Ji-Woo stared at her. You planned this entire thing, Ji-Woo said slowly. I'm a planner. Sue me. Adiz shrugged. So? Are we doing this? Are we confronting him in person? My mother will never let me fly to Dubai alone, Ji-Woo said. She barely lets me go to the convenience store alone. Tell her it's a piano competition. Emergency replacement for a sick student. I've created all the fake documents. They're in your email. That's incredibly thorough and slightly terrifying. I've had 3 years to prepare, Adiz reminded her. My family will lose their minds, Chisom said. We have Christmas dinner plans. All my aunties are here. If I just disappear, tell them you're going to see a friend who's in crisis. Tell them it's urgent. Your mother will understand. From what I've observed, she values compassion over tradition. You've observed? You mean stalked, Chisom said, but there wasn't real anger in it anymore. Just exhaustion. Potato. Ji-Woo checked her watch. If we're doing this, we need to decide now. The flights leave in 90 minutes. We need to pack, lie to our families, get to airports. I know it's crazy, Adiz said. I know I'm asking a lot, but this is our chance. Our one chance to face him together, to demand the truth, to stop being his secrets and start being sisters. After tonight, after midnight, the body swap ends. You go back to your lives. But we'll have this. We'll have each other. And we'll have closure. Chisom thought about her mother's warm laugh, her little brother's protective instincts, the love that filled every corner of her chaotic Lagos life. Did she really want to leave it, even for a day? Then she looked at Ji-Woo's face on the screen, her own face, actually, wearing an expression of desperate hope. And Adiz, trying so hard to seem confident but clearly terrified they'd say no. These were her sisters. Her blood. Her family, even though they'd only known each other for hours. I'm in, Chisom said. Ji-Woo took a shaky breath. Me too. Then let's go confront our father. We're almost at the end of this journey, and I need to ask you something important. If you've made it this far, 40 minutes into this story, you're amazing.
Seriously.
Most people click away after 2 minutes, but you stuck around. That means something. Before we get to the final choice that these sisters make, can you do me 3 quick favors? First, if you haven't liked this video yet, hit that like button right now. It takes 1 second and helps the story reach more people who need to see it. Second, subscribe if you want more Afro-Korean stories, multicultural family tales, and plot twists that actually make sense. I post every week, and your subscription tells me you want more of this. Third, share this video.
Right now.
Send it to your group chat. Post it on your story. Tag a friend who loves Christmas movies. I'm trying to hit 100 watch hours today, and every share gets me closer to that goal. Plus, this story deserves to be seen, don't you think? Here's my promise to you. If we hit 1,000 likes on this video, I'll create a sequel showing what happens 1 year later. Would you watch that? Comment yes if you want to see this sequel. Okay, now let's see what choice the sisters make. Will they choose revenge or forgiveness? Let's find out. Father, Adiz said, and for the first time since the video call started, she smiled. A real, genuine smile that transformed her face. Sisters united. The Burj Al Arab rose against the Dubai night sky like something from a dream. Chisom had never seen anything like it. All gold and light, and impossible luxury. Ji-Woo was more accustomed to wealth, but even she looked overwhelmed. Adiz moved through the lobby like she owned it, her British accent and expensive clothes opening doors. They met in the lobby at 10:30 p.m. Dubai time. 9:30 p.m. Lagos time. 30 minutes before midnight, before their choice became permanent. It was the first time they'd seen each other in person, not through screens or behind swapped faces. "You're taller than I thought," Chisom said to Adiz. "You're prettier," Adiz replied. "Both of you. Photos don't do justice." Ji-Woo, finally back in her own body as midnight Seoul time had passed and the swap had partially reset, looked between them. "We really do look like sisters." "Yeah," Adiz agreed softly. "We really do." They took the elevator to the 28th floor in silence, each lost in their own thoughts. What would they say? How would he react? Would he deny it?
Lie?
Rage? Room 2847. Adiz knocked. "Room service," she called in perfect Arabic, then English. The door opened. Thomas Park Okafor Williams stood there in hotel slippers and an expensive robe, looking annoyed at the interruption. He was handsome. Chisom could see where they'd gotten their features. Tall, well-built, with kind eyes that had smiled at all three of their mothers while lying to every single one. "I didn't order," he stopped.
Stared.
His face went through a rapid series of expressions: confusion, recognition, horror, understanding, fear. "Hi, Daddy," Adiz said, her voice hard.
Surprise.
"Your daughters wanted to meet." He stumbled backward. They walked in, closing the door behind them. "How?" he started. "You can't be, this isn't." "I'm Ji-Woo," Ji-Woo said, her voice shaking but clear. "From Seoul. Your perfect pianist daughter, who you see every third week." "I'm Chisom," Chisom added. "From Lagos. Your happy daughter, who thinks you're an oil executive who travels too much." "And I'm Adiz," Adiz finished. "From London. Your secret daughter, who figured everything out 3 years ago and has been waiting for this moment." Thomas sank into a chair, his face gray. "How did you? Does it matter?" Adiz cut him off.
We know, Daddy.
"We know everything. 3 families. 3 names. 17 years of lies. I can explain." "No," Ji-Woo said firmly. "You can't. There's no explanation that makes this okay. You made us all unknowing participants in your deception. You made our mothers love a man who doesn't exist. You made us grow up as strangers when we should have been sisters." "I love all of you," he said desperately. "I love all 3 of your mothers. I never meant love." Chisom's voice rose. "You call this love? Love is honest. Love is faithful. Love doesn't make people live in separate boxes, so you can play different roles." "You don't understand," Thomas said, and there were tears on his face now. "When I met your mothers, I was young, ambitious, building businesses in 3 countries. I fell in love 3 times. I couldn't choose. I didn't want to hurt anyone, So you hurt everyone," Adiz finished coldly.
Slowly.
"Over years. And now we have to decide what to do about it." "What do you mean?" The 3 sisters exchanged glances. United. Aligned. "Grandmother Park Chioma left us a gift," Ji-Woo explained. "Magic. A choice. We can expose you, send all the evidence to every family member, every business partner, make your lies public. Destroy everything you've built." Thomas's face went white. "Or," Chisom continued, "we can choose privacy. Tell our mothers privately, let them decide what to do. Keep it in the family. Save your reputation, even though you don't deserve it." "But there's a condition," Adiz added. "You have to confess. To everyone. Tonight. You have to tell the truth, face the consequences, and let our mothers decide their own fates. No more lies. No more secrets. And you have to let us be sisters," Ji-Woo said firmly. "Openly. We're not your secrets anymore. We're family, and we're going to act like it." Thomas looked at his 3 daughters, so different, so similar, so strong. "I'll do it," he whispered. "I'll tell them everything. Just please, don't make it public. Think of your mothers. The humiliation." "We have thought of them," Chisom said. "That's why we're giving you this chance. But understand, this is mercy, not forgiveness. We may never forgive you, but we're giving you the opportunity to start making amends," Adiz added. "That's More than you deserve. Thomas nodded, broken. What do I do? You're going to video call all three mothers, Ji-Woo said, pulling out her phone. Right now. Together. And you're going to tell them the truth while we watch. All of it. Every detail. And then, Adiz continued, you're going to seek therapy. Real therapy. For whatever drove you to do this. And you're going to support our mothers however they need, financially, emotionally, whatever it takes. And you're going to let us know each other, Chisom finished. No more keeping us apart. We're sisters now, and you don't get a say in that. Thomas looked at the clock on the wall. 10:55 p.m. Dubai time. 9:55 p.m. Lagos time. 5 minutes until midnight, Adiz said quietly. 5 minutes until our choice becomes permanent. So, what's it going to be, Daddy? Full confession, or full exposure? I'll confess, he said, his voice breaking. I'll tell them everything. The three sisters joined hands. Chisom felt it then, a pulse of energy running through them. The magic recognizing their aligned hearts, their united choice. Forgiveness over revenge. Privacy over exposure. Healing over destruction. As the clock struck midnight Lagos time, the hotel room seemed to glow for a moment. The sisters felt the spell complete, the final piece of their grandmother's magic falling into place. They had chosen love. The cafe in Accra, Ghana, neutral ground for all three families, was filled with nervous energy. Chisom arrived first, her mother beside her looking elegant but tired. The past 6 months had been hard. Divorce proceedings. Therapy. Rebuilding. But also healing. Chisom's mother had reconnected with old friends, started painting again, remembered who she was before she'd become Thomas's part-time wife. Ji-Woo came next, and Chisom almost didn't recognize her. Her hair was shorter, dyed a subtle purple. She wore jeans and a casual top instead of designer dresses. She was smiling, really smiling. Her mother wasn't with her. She'd chosen to stay in Korea, wanted nothing to do with Thomas or his other families. But she'd given Ji-Woo her blessing to know her sisters. Adiz arrived last with her mother Amma and her little sisters, the 8-year-old twins. Afia and Akua stared at Chisom and Ji-Woo with wide eyes. We have more sisters? Akua whispered. You do, Adiz confirmed. Want to meet them? The introductions were awkward at first. 3 mothers who'd shared a man without knowing it. 3 daughters trying to build something new from broken foundations. 2 little girls confused but excited about suddenly having older sisters. But as they talked, shared stories, cried together and laughed together, something beautiful began to emerge. Not a traditional family. Not even a functional one necessarily. But something real. Something honest. I'm sorry, Thomas had said to all of them, 2 months earlier, in the first joint family therapy session. I'm so deeply sorry. I can't explain why I did it. Selfishness, cowardice, inability to choose. I destroyed so many lives because I wanted to keep all the good parts of mine. The mothers had listened. Some forgave more easily than others. Chisom's mother was compassionate but firm. Ji-Woo's mother was cold, unforgiving. Adiz's mother was somewhere in between, angry but pragmatic. But all 3 agreed on one thing. Their daughters deserved better than secrets. Now, in the Accra cafe, Chisom pulled out her phone. Should we take a picture? Our first official sister photo. Yes, Ji-Woo said immediately. Absolutely, Adiz agreed. They posed together, 3 sisters from 3 countries, finally united. The little twins squeezed in too, determined not to be left out. Say kimchi, Akua shouted. Say jollof, Afia countered. Say family, Chisom suggested, and they all laughed. The photo captured that moment perfectly, imperfect, complicated, but genuinely happy. They posted it together on their new joint Instagram account at 3 World Sisters. The caption read, Family isn't always simple, but it's always worth fighting for. Sisters across continents, united by truth. Glow showing Europe Africa red heart hashtag Afro-Korean family hashtag Sisters United hashtag Christmas miracle. Within hours, it went viral. Thousands of comments poured in. This is beautiful. More families should be this honest. I'm crying. You're all so brave. Wait, can someone explain the story behind this? And Chisom, Ji-Woo, and Adiz made another choice together. They would share their story. Not for revenge, not for exposure, but for healing. For other families living in secrets. For other children of complicated circumstances. They started a YouTube channel that week. 3 Sisters, 3 Worlds. Sharing their journey, their challenges, their healing. Within a month, they had 100,000 subscribers. Within 3 months, 500,000. People were hungry for honest stories about imperfect families, about forgiveness and boundaries, about choosing love without excusing harm, about building something new from broken pieces. As for Thomas, he kept his word. He went to therapy weekly. He paid for everyone's counseling. He stepped back from his business empires, letting others lead while he focused on trying to be a better father, even if he could never be a good husband to anyone again. He would never fully repair the damage he'd caused. But he showed up.
He tried.
He let his daughters set the boundaries they needed. And on the first anniversary of that Christmas, the day everything changed, all 3 sisters met again, this time in Seoul. They visited their grandmother's grave together for the first time. "Thank you, grandmother," Adiz whispered, placing flowers on the headstone. "Your magic gave us each other. And your wisdom showed us how to choose love," Ji-Woo added. "Even when love is complicated," Chisom finished. "Even when it's hard. Even when it means forgiving the unforgivable, or at least trying to live alongside it." As they stood together, snow beginning to fall, Chisom felt her phone buzz. Another comment on their latest video. "Your story helped me finally talk to my half-siblings I never knew existed. Thank you for showing that families can heal, even from the deepest wounds. You 3 are changing lives." The sisters looked at each other and smiled. They'd started this journey with a magical body swap, a grandmother's spell, and an impossible choice. They'd found each other through deception and pain. But they'd chosen to build something beautiful from it. Not perfect, not easy, but real. And that Christmas magic, the kind that comes from choosing love, honesty, and healing, that was the most powerful spell of all. 3 sisters, 3 worlds, 1 family, united at last. And that's how 3 sisters chose love over revenge, forgiveness over destruction. So tell me, do you think they made the right choice? Comment below, right choice or wrong choice. I genuinely want to know what you think. If this story touched your heart, moved you, or made you think differently about family and forgiveness, please like this video and share it with someone who needs to hear this message today. Subscribe to this channel for more Afro-Korean stories that celebrate culture, family, and the complexity of identity. We're building a community here, and I want you to be part of it. Thank you so much for spending 45 minutes with me today. Your time is valuable, and you chose to spend it here. That means the world to me. Remember, family isn't always simple, but it's always worth fighting for. I'll see you in the next story. Until then, Merry Christmas, Sarangyo, and may your families be honest, your hearts be open, and your love be real. Don't forget to watch the video that's popping up on your screen right now. It's another story you'll love. Happy holidays, everyone. I love you all.
Bye.